Okay, let's create a new project, and then let's say we're gonna have some hard-coded usernames and passwords, and then we'll try to implement a login. For that, I want you to create JFrame form. Let's say login underscore GUI, and inside the package GUI. Right now, I'm going to create a package called GUI. There, I'm going to create. Right now, here for this login GUI, right now, I'm gonna this is the J frame form, right? Then you can resize as the way you want. Here you can have the I'm gonna have a panel, and I'm gonna drop it here. Then it's easier because then I can put all the controllers in the panel. Then if I want to move all at once, then I have to just move the panel wherever I wish to move. Then I want to have a label. Then I'm gonna have one label here, username, and the other label, password. Right. Then let's have the text, username, and then the next one, password. Right now, here you can see once you have the label, you can resize the label if you in order to display the text. And then again, if you feel like this text is not enough, right? You can see the label here we have added, and then you can call the properties. Then it will open the properties, or else here you can see the by default layout here. You will see the properties. Sometimes you may have closed the properties and the palette. Likewise, then if you don't know how to get those things back, right now here you can get it from the window. But if you don't know how to get it back quickly, then just click on reset windows. Then by clicking the reset windows, that will reset the Windows layout. Therefore, you can see whenever you select a controller here, that controller name would be displayed here, the properties would be displayed. Right now, here you have property called font. Right now, if you want bold text with size 18, you can click here. And likewise, you can have the way you want. And see, for the proper font, you can select bold and 18. Likewise, you can select. And even if you put this label here and there, if you want to align with this, you have to select first this and then click the second one as well. And from here, you can set the alignment, left align, right align, center align. Likewise, you could do it. Right. Then I want to add text field for that. User to enter the username. Then I can select it here, and then you can put it there. Right. Then here you can say you can easily align, and then you can resize it. And here also, if you want the font size to be changed, you can change up to 18. See, likewise, you can change it to 18. And then for the password, if you want to user to enter a password, and if you want to display mask when user enters a password, then you can have a password field. There also, if you wish, you can change the font size into 18. And then if you don't want to have display the text here, you can just remove it. Right. And then for a panel, we have added this. Now we have to have a button to submit. We can have submit or login. And then another button saying cancel. Login, cancel or clear. Let's say I'm gonna have clear the button. You can have whatever the way you want, and then even the button also you can change the font and you can resize the font. You can have whatever the text you want, right? Formattings you want, you can have it. Right. Thereafter, this is the label, right? We have used the panel. Now you can see here I can move the panel whenever wherever I want. Then all the things inside the panel I can move easily. Let's say now here I want to have this is the panel, and then if I want to have panel color, right, background, even you can select the panel and then you can select the background and you can select a background color as the way you wish. See, now the background color will get applied. Right. And then even if you want to have border for this panel, you can select the panel and select a border. You can have emboss or line border or title border. Likewise, you can have. Um, I'm gonna have login details. Login. You can see here it gives you a title. Right now, the title border. If you don't like this title border, no worries. You can change it to line border. See, you can have a line border. Likewise, you can change as the way you wish. Right, once you've done the design, by clicking on this, you would be able to see how will it looks like. How will this look like? And even for this JFrame, all right, if you want to display a title like this, when you open an application, it will display a title. Right now, if you want to have a title, right now, you can have a login, user login. But now you can type whatever the title you want. Now, when whenever you open it, here it would display like user login. Likewise, you'll be able to do the design. Okay, quickly do the design, and thereafter, we will try to have the values. Right, whenever user enters a value, how will it looks like? Now, currently, if you run your system, that would load this, and then it won't do anything because we have not done any parts. Here it will just open like this, and user can type the username, and whatever the password you type, it would be displayed like this with a mask, right? And pressing the login or pressing the clear button won't do anything. Right now, then, right now, try it quickly up to this point. Okay, quickly do up to this point. I'll give you 2 minutes time for you to do this. Right now, in this one, right now we have just created a new application, and then we have added a Java JFrame form. Right click on this, and then you can select JFrame form, and we have added a JFrame form. And then on top of this, we have added a JPanel, right? And for the JPanel, we have added two labels and one text field, one password field, and two buttons called login and clear. This is what we have done so far, right? And now what I want to do is right now to implement um, login interfaces, right? Now, and okay, let's have another one called another interface as well called item store or something. Right now, new JFrame form called item store. Right now, no spaces, right? Item store GUI. Right. Now we are here, we're gonna have another uh, GUI called item store, then we'll do the designs later. Right. Now first we'll go ahead with the login, and here in the login GUI, when I say login, when I click on the login button, in order to achieve this, you need to double click on this, right? Now that is what you get the click event. That means when you click on the button, what should happen is defined inside the button action performed or the clicked event. Right now here, what I want to do is, now I want to get what user has entered. For that, now you know there's a name for this variable or the component we have added, which is a text field one, and this one is the password field one. Right. Therefore, first of all, we'll have what user has entered, string username is equal jtext field one dot get text. Right. And for the password, string password is equals to, now we have the jpassword field one dot. You can see getText method is there, but the problem is getText method has been depreciated and then by getPassword. Therefore, it's better to go ahead with the getPassword. Therefore, let's use the getPassword method. Right. If it is the getPassword method returns a char array, therefore getPassword methods returns a char array. But now here we have declared string variable to get it. Therefore, we'll convert whatever the char array into a string. String dot value of jpassword field dot get password. Therefore, whatever the password user has entered, taken as a char array, and then converted to a string password. Right now, I want you to write the coding. If the username is equals, let's say admin, and if the password is equals to capital ABC123, and then I want you to say access granted, and I want you to open this item store. That means it has to redirect into this one. If the username and passwords are wrong, you need to say invalid username or invalid password like this. Okay, try to do that part quickly. Right now, I will show you currently. Now, if you want to figure it out, now after user clicks on what is the username and password user has entered, either you can use system.out.println in order to display the username and the password. You can display the username and the password for your reference, right? Or else, if you want to display it as a message, that also possible. Right now, let me quickly show you how you can display it on the console. That means once you enter the username and password, it should display on the console, right? Because of the system order println. Right now, let's see how will it go. Let's say user pw123. That's what I'm going to type. If I click on login, you can see what I have entered will be displayed as username and the password. Right now, what I want to do is you have to check using if conditions. If user has entered username as an admin, password as ABC123, you need to display message saying access granted. That I want you to do quickly. Try out quickly. Right now, here you can easily do this now. How? You can check whether if uh, the username un dot equals right now. If you don't mind about the case, you can use equals ignore case with the value you want to check admin. If the username dot equals case username and you can check whether password dot equals what I want to have capital ABC 123. Right now, if so, I can display a message saying J option pane dot show message dialog. Right now you can say message saying access granted, and you can have title as hi, and you can have the username. Message type, we don't know the message type we want to display. Therefore, we can find it out by J option pane dot. Like we have different type of messages. You can say information message you want to display. Then we need to say information message. That means equals 1. If you just pass the 1, that would be okay, right? Or else you can just pass. You can just pass the 1, or you can just call it like this. All right. Access granted and J option pane dot information message. Right. And else we'll say if it is else, that means username and passwords are not matching. We can say let's copy the same. Right now we can say access deny, okay, invalid credentials. Here we'll say try again. Right now here, if you don't want the information message type, then there is a warning messages as well. Warning message would be 2, right? Either you can say, you can just pass number 2 here, right? And then, okay, let's see, we are done with this. We'll see how this gonna work out. Right now, from the project, we can run this one. Yeah, we can have capital AD, capital MIN. Password has to be the same. ABC 123. And then login. Then you can see it shows the access granted. And as the way you have typed the username would be displayed here. And if you type something else, simple ABC 123. And if you click login, Here it will say invalid credentials. Invalid credentials. You can see this will display as a warning message. Right now, the title text message title as try again. If it is the correct way, ABC123, here it would be information message hi and then hi admin, as per the values we have given. Right now, invalid credentials. Right now, what I want to do is now, if this is correct, if the given username and password is correct, I want to display this. Okay. Right now, this is hard coded username and password. Right now, if this is correct, I want to display this interface. Right now, for the time being, if you want to open this, then here you can go to the source of this one. You can see here there's a main method. Inside the main method, you can see this is what it has called in order to display. Right, therefore, you're going to copy this line or you can just type it. Right now, thereafter, if the password is correct, you display the message and then you're going to call that set visible true, and then if you want to hide this one, then you can say this dot set visible false. This dot set visible false means username and password field will get hidden, and then the item store will be displayed. Right now, let's see how you can see that. Right now, if you run this, you can have to enter the username and the password ABC123, and then click login access granted. If you click OK, this would get hidden, and then the new project will get the new item store.gui will be displayed here. And if you close this, both will get stopped. Right. Both will get, the project will get closed. Right. Now we are done with this. Okay, quickly, if you have missed any part, do the needful quickly. And then we're going to do the designing of the um, user interface for the item store. And also we are planning to implement a Java DB as well. Right. Now, okay, let's start designing this one. Right now, you know that the pre-design, when it comes to a JFrame form, right now by default, the layout has set it as free design, right? That's why you can drag and drop other components anywhere, wherever you want. But now I'm going to change the layout and show you something. Right now, let's change the layout into a board layout. Sorry, border layout. If you change the layout into border layout, you can drag the controllers only to the borders. See? Therefore, add one panel to a left border and the other panel to the right border. Right? Now we have panel 1 and panel 2. You can see from the properties here, this is panel 2, this is panel 1. Right, in order to show this, I'm going to change the panel 1 color, background color into a different one. Right, then it would be easier to distinguishly identify. This is panel 1, this is panel 2. Right, then I'm going to add some buttons into the panel 1. Now you can see here, right now, if you open the navigator view here, right now you can see we have JFrame. On top of JFrame, we have changed the layout into border layout. Under the border layout, we have panel 1 and panel 2. And there is nothing inside or on top of panel 1 or panel 2. Right. Now let me add some buttons. Let's say search, insert, delete, update, and so on. Right. 5 buttons I'm gonna add. Search, insert. Yeah. Then I'm gonna use the same component to be repeated. Therefore, by pressing the shift, you can copy the same component. Button 1, search, insert, update, delete, sort. Likewise, I'm going to have some buttons and let me change the name search. Now this is search and then this one is sort, right? Yeah, and then search, sort, and thereafter we have insert, update, delete. Right now, if you want to have the same size, select the first button, which you want to have the same size, then right click, then select same size, same width. And if you want to have one alignment, you can click on this. Right now, you will see now under panel 1 here, you see under panel 1, we have these. Under panel 1, we have these buttons. Right now, we are done with the first side. Then we need to check the other side. Right, panel 2. Right, for this side, panel 2, right, I'm going to have different frames. That means when I click on search, I want to display something. When I click on sort, I want to display something, insert something else, update something else, delete something else likewise. Therefore, here, I'm going to add another set of panels on top of the panel 2. Here you can drag and drop the panels, but the problem here is when you drag and drop, If you do not have the same size, now you can see all the buttons we have added on top of panel 1 went inside panel 1. See, those are components of the panel 1, inside the panel 1. Right now, I want to have all the components to be added on top of this panel 2. Right, therefore, right click on the panel 2 here, select add from palette, you can add a panel. Right, but beforehand, now what I want to do, right now, I want to have panels as cards. When I click on each button, I want to display the respective panel. Therefore, right click on the panel and change the layout into a card layout. Change the layout into a card layout. Now we have changed the layout of this panel 2 to a card layout. Right now, remember at the beginning JFrame layout we have changed to border layout. Then we have added 2 panels. Now the second panel or the right side panel, we have set the layout into a card layout. Now I'm going to add the panels. I'm going to add the panels on top of the panel 2. On top of the panel 2. Right click on the panel 2, select add from palette, sync containers. Right click on this, add from palette, sync container, panel. Why is it? Panel. Right now you can see you get the panel 3. Right? Okay, now panel 3, right on panel 2, we have added panel 3. Now they're exactly the same size as panel 3. Now here I'm gonna display by default text saying item store. Right, then if you want to have the right now let's display this. Let's change the font size into 24, bold. Like guys, you can have whatever the way you want. Right now, by default, I'm gonna display this. And if user clicks on search, I need to display another one. Right, in order to get this thing. Okay, quickly do this part. Have you done it? If yes. Now we'll have right click on the card layout again, right? Or not the card layout, right click on the panel 2, select add from panel. We need to select the panel since it is not easy for us to do it. Why this is not giving us this? Right click on this, add from palette, sync container panel. Now you can see new panel added on top of panel 3, and panel 3 and panel 4 are separate, not inside. Panel 4 is not inside the panel 3. Right, that's why we are doing this. Right click and selecting add from palette and adding a panel. Right, then this is panel 4. For the panel 4, I need to have a label to search. Then I'm going to have item name, and right now let's resize it further, and then we have a text field to display the item names. For user to type the item name, that is a text field, and a list. We can see a list. I'm going to use a list to display the items here. Right, I'm going to use a list to display the items here, and then list items also. I'm gonna remove from the properties from the model. Yeah, I can delete this. Now you can see the list items also removed. I have added another frame, another panel, and a label called item name, text field, type the item name, and a list to load the values. That's what I have added. Okay, quickly do that. Right, now the next one for the insert, we need to have another panel for that. Right, therefore, again, right click on the panel 2, select add from palette, sync container, panel. Right now, you can see we have added another panel, panel 5. Right, now for this one, we need to have some labels saying item name, quantity, price, item name, quantity, price, and right, item ID, name, quantity, price. Right. We'll have this item ID. Right now we need to have text fields to display the item IDs, since item ID, item name, quantity, price. Let's have the same size, same width. Right. And a new button called insert. Uh-oh. Right now, this is how we have panel 3 here, panel 4 for search, panel 5 for insert. That's why I don't want to drag and drop, because if you drag and drop, one may go inside the other one. Therefore, in order to avoid that, I need to have it like this. Right. Quickly design this as well. And the same thing, we have to do it for delete and update as well. Right, now the next one. Again, right click on panel 2, select add from palette. Then again panel. Right, now this one, that is for insert. We have to do it for update, right? Yes. Then we'll select from the insert. I'm gonna select all these things. Take a copy of this and I'm gonna paste it on panel 6. Right. Update, and then we have another label called item. And we'll have drop down box, drop down or the combo box. Load the elements into this. And then once you select value from the combo box, those would displayed on these text fields, and then you can change the values and you can update accordingly. Right. Now mind about these variable names, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. And right, we don't worry about the variable labels, right? Okay. Quickly try this one as well. Right. Then that is the last one is the delete. Let's add another one. That is for welcome. This is for search. This is for this is for okay. The welcome one. This is search. This is insert. This is update. Okay, we have forgot the sort. We'll do the sort as well. But we have to add another one palette, and that is for delete. For that, I'm gonna copy all these components. And I'm gonna paste it on the here, right. And I'm gonna have some labels. To display the current values of these. Delete. Right. And then we'll have to do the sort as well. Right, quickly do this one, then we need to add one more panel. Right, one more to go. Let's add the last panel we want. Add from palette. Right now there, what I want to do is to sort. Right now, let's have a list. We'll have two buttons called by ID. Oh, right, by price. And by quantity. Right. Now we are done with the panels, right? Okay, now I will give you 5 minutes time for you to complete the design, right? Okay, then what do you have to do first? Right, we have time as well. Let's create a DB as well. Okay. Right, let's create a Java DB and then we'll have the okay login. This part we'll change this code into check from the database, and thereafter if the username and passwords are correct, we'll do this one first, and thereafter finally we'll attend to the DB one. Okay, right. Now we are done with the front end. Now we have to work with the backend task. Therefore, now we want to have the codes. Like first, we need to have an item class. Therefore, let's create an item class. Now I'm going to create another Java class called item. Inside the package code. Right, now I am going to create a class called item. The attributes I require is what? Let's figure it out. Item ID, name, quantity, price. Item ID, name, quantity, price. Okay, int item ID, item ID name, string name, int quantity, and then float price. Right, now thereafter we know already. Once we define the instance variables, we could generate the constructor, insert code constructor. We can select all, generate. And we can generate the getters and setters, insert code getters and setters, both we require. Insert code getter and setter. We select all, we're going to encapsulate. Therefore, no one would be able to access by the variable name. They need to access via the getters and setters. Right. Now we are done with the getters and setters. Now let's implement the toString method to represent like when you print an item object, how it should represent. That means string representation of an object. Right now I'm going to display a return item ID. Okay, we have item ID, which is to display the item ID and the name, and then quantity, we'll have it as QTY. And price, we're gonna have it like LKR. Right, item ID, name, quantity, what does it say? Unclosed character, what is it? Right. And we'll have the equals method as well, just to refresh our memories, how we have done the equals. And I'm not going to use the hash code here. If object is an instance of the item type, if object is an instance of an item type, right, I'm gonna create an item type variable called other, and then I'm gonna return this dot item ID, return true. Okay, return this dot item ID equals other dot item ID. Right. Right now, anyway, this would return also. Um, you can see this would return true or false as well. Therefore, if you want here, you can check inside if condition. This dot item ID anyway it is, so you are referring to the class item ID. And if it is equals to other dot item ID, I'm gonna display true, otherwise false. Right, and then we have done with the toString method, and we have done with the equals method. Right, now we'll implement, like we said that we want to sort by price and the quantity. Let's implement to the default sorting method as by quantity. Right, now in order to implement to sort by the quantity, let's see if you can remember, we need to implement the natural sorting method of this class, comparable interface, item type of objects. If you are using a comparable interface, you need to override or you need to implement the method compare to. Right now here we will return ascending order by quantity. Okay, descending order by quantity. Then let's say ordered quantity if it is minus quantity. This dot quantity. This would return integer value, positive, negative, or zero. Right now that is to sort in descending order. Right now we are done with this. Now we need to have the other method to sort by implementing comparator interface. For that, you can come up with another class called sort by price and implement the comparator interface and then do the rest quickly. Right. Then, okay, I have to add another class, right? New Java class. We'll have it like sort by price. Comparator interface. Item type objects. Right now, compare method has to be implemented. Insert code, implement method. Compare. Right now, I want to return by the, I want to do it by in ascending order, return an integer value because item value's price is float, right? Then you can say o1 dot get price. Now we have to call the method get price because we are in an outside class. O1 dot get price minus o2 dot get price. Done. Right, now we are done with this. Now it's a matter of writing the code behind for this. Right. Let's get back to the item class and sort by price. We are done. And the item store, go to the source. Now you can see no code we have written yet here, but there are auto-generated codes in the init components method. Here you can see all the variables or the components we have added declared as variables and their changes, label changes, text changes, the position changes, everything is written here. This is auto-generated code, nothing to do with this. There is nothing to do with this auto-generated code. And again, you can see it says this method is called within the constructor to initialize the form. Do not modify the code. The content of this method is always regenerated by the form editor. Right. Now, what we need to do? Right now, first, we'll have we need an constructor to be here. Constructor is there. Right now, beforehand, the constructor we'll create an array list. Right now, to allow to access from the outside, then we make it as private. Doesn't matter. Array list. Type of objects, we're gonna store item type of objects. Call items. Right. And at the constructor, after you initializing the components, we can initialize our array list equals new array list. Right. Now let's add some. Yes. Let's add some values to the items list. Then we can say items dot add. We have to add new item type objects. Right. What are those? We need to pass the item ID 101. Let's say apple. Quantity, let's say 20. Price. Say 350.99. Yeah. Right. Now I'm gonna add 5 items of this. 101, 02, 103, 104, 105. Grapes. Mm, we'll have some other fruits as well, right? Oranges and apples, grapes and pears, and then papaya. Right. And the quantity, let's say grapes quantity, okay, 10 oranges quantity, let's say 30, and pears quantity, let's say 15, papaya quantity, let's say 5, grapes, let's say 950, and oranges, let's say 250, pears, let's say 450, papaya, let's say 150. Right. Now we are done with this as well. Right. Now let's come up with a method for display card or display the respective panel. Therefore, I'm going to write another method provide. Okay, show panel. And I'm going to here pass the card name. Show card. Okay, show panel. Right now, what I want to do is here I want to get the card layout object first. Card layout object is equals to my parent panel is panel 2, therefore J panel 2 dot get layout. Then that has to be casted into a card layout. Then I can say card object dot show. Parent panel is J panel 2. And card name. Right now, initially card name. Yes, rename. Right. And then at the beginning, we will call the method by passing the card name. Then figure it out first. What would be the card name of this panel 3? Right now, if you go to the properties of this panel 3, you will see the under layout, there's a card name that is card 2. And then parent one is panel 2, J panel 2, that's also visible there, right? Then let's call as card 2. Right now, if you run this one, it should display the card 2. That means item store. Right now, see, right now we have to readjust these buttons, right, the sizes. Now this is how it displays. And also, I want to, in the J frame, I want to set a title also, call item store. Right. Now when I click on the search button, if I click on the search button, this card should be displayed, which is card number 3. Card number 3 should be displayed, and then this list should have values. Right. Then let's try the code behind for the search. Therefore, double click on the search button. Let me hide this part. Right now, I want to display show card, right? Show panel. And then we need to have the card tree. And then we need to display the values to this list. Right, how can you do that? For that, we'll use default list model. With the type of values, we're going to have the item called dlist, because new default list model. And then we need, by using an enhanced for loop, we can have for the item type objects available, for item type objects available in items list. We need to oh, we don't have to load it here, no? Mm, 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 mm. When I type something, then only we have to do this. Yes. Okay, anyhow, we'll see how to load the items and thereafter we can check, no? Then we can have dlist dot add element I. And finally, I can set it as jlist1 dot set model default list model. Right. Incompatible types default list model item cannot be converted to list model string. Then we'll have this as a string. Right. Now the problem here is now this is not what we want actually. When I type something, based on that I want to display the values here. Right. The QTY will have it like quantity, right? Q capital. Right. Then when I type something, that should happen for this text field. So right click on the text field and find the event key released event. Find the event key released event. When you type something on that, that has to be triggered. Right. So inside that, we can copy this. We can have this code. Okay, we'll copy this. And now we can say inside the for, we'll have an if condition if I dot item get item name, because we can't call by the variable now. Get name dot contains. If it contains whatever the value the user has typed for that jtext field one dot get text. If it contains what user has typed here, then that one we need to add into the default list, and then we need to have it, right? Let's run it and see. Search, let's say grapes. Only that if it is apple, only that if it is pears, only that if it is papaya. Right. That's how it works. Right. Okay. Then we are done with that part. Right now we are done the search. Then the next one is the sort. Very easy. When you click on the sort, the same thing should happen, but we need to figure out the card number. This has to be loaded. That is card number 7. Therefore, let's double click on the sort. Right, then we have to copy this. We need to display the card number 7. And yes, we have to load the elements to the list to default. And thereafter, if user has clicked on, right now this would display all the elements in the default sorting order into the list 2. Then if user has clicked on the price, then this has to sort according to the price. Therefore, now we have to right now what we can do here is we can sort the items okay, collections.sort. We need to sort items according to the new sort by price. If it is by the quantity, again we can copy this. Now we need to just sort because the default sorting order of the items class is to sort by the quantity. Right now, let's run it and see how this would work. Right, sort the default order according to the number. If I click the price, price is ending order. You can see quantity, descending order. This is how it works. Right now, you can try to complete the rest quickly. Then I will give you some time for you to try out how to do the insert, how to do the delete, and how to do the update. Okay, quickly try out. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask. Here we have cleared the text fields. Here, this is to create a new array list called numbers. And by iterating through the items list, I have added the item IDs into a newly created array list numbers. And I have sorted it. Now it will get sorted in ascending order. Then I'm getting the last index value to a variable called max ID. And then I'm going to set it to the text field 2 by increasing the max ID by 1. And also, this text field, I have disabled the editable option by removing the tick. Therefore, the user will not be able to edit this. Right. Now, when you click on the sub item, sub button insert, then I need to create a new item. Item I is equals to, we have to pass new item. Right now, item ID. Right now, item ID has to be taken from the text field 2. That is an integer value. Therefore, now we can say integer dot parseInt text field 2 dot set text get text. Right, name is the text field 3. Text field 3 dot get text. That is the other thing is item ID, item name. Item ID, item name, quantity, price, quantity. Quantity is an integer value. Then quantity is in text field 234. 234. And price is a float value. Then float dot pass float 2345 get text. Well, let's format this and then this will display properly. Right. New item. Right. Now then you will be able to see it clearly. Right. Then if you want to check whether this now you don't need to check this item obviously because we are getting the new item ID, therefore it will not check the item. Right now equals method we have done. Right, then we can display a message saying j option pane dot show message dialog saying record insert item method. If you want to pass the message title and the information message as well, j option pane dot okay option means 0. we can just pass 0. Right. Now if you run this, we will click a number will generate quickly, and then QE quantity 150. Okay, 15. Price is 250. And then if I click insert, it will say item added as a warning, then 0. Then and this has to get cleared. Again, if you click, this would get cleared, and then 06 did not change. Let's see why. We have not added yet, no? Okay, we have not added yet, that's why. Yeah, option pane dot information message 1. We'll pass 1. We can say items dot add I. Right, now if you run this, insert EV 50 265 insert item added, and if you click on insert again, 107 will be given. Right now, if you want to stop this, if the user clicks again, or if you want to call this method again, therefore, if you want to clear these, therefore, like we can simply, after this message box, we could call this method. We could call this method. Right now, what will happen is you don't have to click again. It will again call this button reaction performed event. Right, now this is how we do this. Now we have to do another 2 more, and then we need to connect the database as well. Therefore, let's do this quickly. If you click on the update button, that means this one has to, which number card? Card number 5 has to be displayed, right? If you click on, let's say, card number 5. If you click on the update, right now card number 5 should display it. And we have a default combo box model. We need to display the into a combo box now. Therefore, we'll have the combo, and we'll have it in a combo box model, and then we need to load the values into a combo box, and then j combo box 1 dot set model into default combo box. Right now, what this will do is, right now this will load the elements into the combo box. What happens here is this one, when you click on update, load the elements into the combo box. Now what should happen is when you click an item from here, the respective values should be loaded into these text fields, right? The existing values. And then once you type on update, the new values has to be updated into the item, right? So right now we need to figure it out. When user clicks on the when the user clicks on the combo box. And then if you want to, let's say, reset the values of these text fields as well, like previously, this is 6, 7, 8, and 9. So, okay, we'll copy this. We'll, okay, set 6, 7, 8, and 9. Right. Then we need to find when you click on the combo box here, when you click on the combo box, therefore find the event action performed. When you select an item from the combo box, right now, we need to set the values to the respective text fields, right? How can you do that? Right now, for that, okay, we'll do this first. The existing values has to be cleared first. Right, and then we will get what user has selected first, then selected index, so the selected item can be taken. Let's say item I is equals to j combo box 1 dot get selected item. We can get the selected item. We may have to cast it into an item type. Or you can get it by get the index, and then from the index we can get the item from the items list. Then text field 6, 7, 8, 9. We can set it like this plus I dot get item ID. And anyway, the next one is the price. Therefore, I dot get name. Now the next one is to I dot get quantity. And the next one is to get price. Right now, the selected values would be displayed on these text fields. Right now, let's see. Yeah, if you say insert, no, update. Like this, it would say displayed. Now I'm gonna change here. Let's say if you don't want to allow to change the item ID, we'll do that part as well. Right now, quantity, let's say I want to change it to 100 and the price into 850. 599, and then let's update, because now still we haven't done the update part, and then we haven't done the uh, change the item ID. Therefore, if you don't want to allow the item ID, most probably if it is a database, it would be a primary key. Therefore, if you don't want to allow it, right click on this and select the properties, remove the editable option. Therefore, you will not be able to update the item ID. Right. Now, if you click on the update button here, if you click on the update button, right now it's a matter of updating. Now again, we need to get what the user has selected, and then we'll try it in the other way. Right now, first we need to get the ID integer index is equals to j combo box 1 dot, so yeah, j combo box 1 dot get selected index the other way. And now item, we can get it by items dot get by the index value. Then we can set it like I dot. Okay, we don't have to worry about the IT because we are not allowing the ID to be changed. I dot set item name, set name by jtext field 7 dot get text. I dot 7 equals jtext field 7 dot get text. Void type not allowed here. Right. I dot set name. Right. Now I need to pass the text field 7 contains the name text field 7 dot get text. What's wrong with there? Void type not allowed here. Right, now okay, no issue at all there. Right. I dot set quantity. Then we need to pass it as an integer. Integer dot pass int jtext field 8 dot get text. Right, then we need to pass the price. I dot set price, that is a float value. Float dot pass float jtext field 9 dot get text. And then again you can say the record updated. Item updated. Right, and then we can call the button for action performed event. Let's see how it works. If it is updated right now, you can say apple, let's say apples quantity 200, price into 150.99. And if you click update, item updated, values get reset. Now you can see apples 200 and 150. Likewise, it changes. Right now, when you click on insert, we have only 5 values now. Therefore, the next available is 106. Now, the next thing is the delete. Delete is also similar. Right now, we can copy most of the codes. Therefore, let's try it out as well. When you click on the delete button, here we need to display the last one, which is the panel number, card number 6. Therefore, if you click on this, we'll copy from this one, from the update one. We can copy paste this. And this time, not the text fields. These are labels, J label, 17, 18, 19, 20. These are J label, label 17, 18, 19, 20. 18, 19, 20. And card number that I can't remember now. What was the card number? Card number, which was 6. Right now we need to have the combo box model, and then that element should be loaded to combo box 2. Right. Then again, we need to select the, when you select the combo box 2 action performed event, therefore trigger the event. Then again, we'll copy from this one. Right now, some changes to be done. Combo box 2, and then this has to be changed like label 17, 18, 19, and 20. 18, 19, and 20. Right. Now, when user wants to delete now, when the user clicks on this delete here, we want to make sure we have to ask from the user wants to delete. Right, if the user wants to delete. Right, now let's see how can we do that. Yeah, if you want, you can ask confirmation message and then do it. Yeah, we can do it because I think the DB connection will not be able to do today now. Therefore, we'll ask from the user whether the user wants to delete it. Right, then first we will get the item. Right now we can have it here. J combo box 2 dot get selected item, and then we can ask user if the user wants to delete it. For that, we can say J option, like we can get the response. J option pane dot get show confirmation dialog. The message is remove. We'll have the item name plus I dot get item ID. Title we'll ask confirmation. And option type. J option pane dot option type. Now we have to have OK cancel. Or we can have yes no at the yes no cancel options. Yes no option. Right, yes no option means again integer value, right? That you can see. This is the integer value. What is that value? Yes no option means the integer value 0. You have to pass just 0. And then the message type also I don't know exactly. Then J option pane dot. We'll set it as a question message, which is 3. Right now, this will return the integer value based on the answer user will set. Then I can check if R is equals to J option pane dot, we don't know what is yes. Then OK option means 0. Let's see yes option. Yes option means a 0, same value, right? If it is 0, if R contains 0, that means user said yes, go ahead, delete it. Now we can remove the message, remove the object. Then how can you do that? Items dot remove. We can pass the item object, which is I. And thereafter, we can display, okay, we have removed the message. We have removed the message. Now we can say item removed. And thereafter, we can again call button 5 action event to reset these label values. If you do not call this again, the existing the label values will be there. Therefore, just to clear that out, we'll have this call this button event right now. If you select one, these values would be selected. If you say no, that won't get cleared. If you say yes, this would get item removed. Now you can see 103 is no longer available. See, 105, delete. Likewise, this is how you can do it. And you can see the space that also you can handle by going to the design, and then you can handle it, right? This is how we do this right now. Any questions you can ask? Okay, when you're coming next day, make sure you try to learn how to connect to a Java DB. That means how to create, like in the, I will share some recordings, which you can, in the, yeah, I will share a link in the group. You can check that. There, you can figure it out how to create a database and how to do the login part, and then we'll try to do it. Thereafter, then you can watch it and come, no? Thereafter, we'll see how to work with the rest. Okay, any questions you can ask now, otherwise I'm done. Any questions, please ask.